Very good morning to you who just joined us. It is a morning news today on this Thursday morning. Now, the challenges women face in the entertainment industry have once again been brought into the spotlight. Now, pop star Lungi Naidoo told City Press she's taking a break from music. She says she's faced many challenges because of men abusing their power and that it's become the norm for women to give sexual favors to men if they want to grow in their careers. The women have started to open up about this around the world, fueling the hashtag #MeToo movement. Entertainment business specialist Vusi Leo is joining us this morning to tell us more about what women face. Vusi, good morning.
Morning.
And thanks for your time this morning. I mean, just squizzing through Lungi Naidoo's account of what she's had to go through as a female artist and the sexual harassment. As a man in the business, what have you seen that bears testament to what she says?
Look, I think it's just not only in the business. I think it's in our society,
yes,
just as a whole, you know. And obviously, that in our industry, what has made it even worse is what is called payola, you know, the pay for play.
Yeah.
That is demanded, especially by certain key radio stations, which basically makes everyone, especially women, in a more vulnerable situation because of desperation, where you already have your work, you've done your stuff in the studio, but now you have a challenge that you're not getting it on air. So these are amongst the causes or the contributors to the challenges that especially women find themselves in.
So why has it been allowed to get to that point? I mean, why aren't other men like yourself, you're speaking to us, why wasn't there something done about this? Because you obviously feel strongly about it as well, that this is not what should be happening.
I think what we're trying to encourage is people coming out, you know, because, for example, when you look at the story, you know, people are saying this is happening, but they're not naming the people, which then becomes a challenge on how then do we really get to the bottom of this and make sure that it ends, because it's not supposed to be even happening. And one of the biggest challenges is the fact that sometimes you find people who themselves don't know anything about the business, they don't have the power that they may be claiming that they have, you know, in making things happen in the industry, and you find that those are the people who are also taking advantage of women, you know. So that will help the industry to basically clean up and remove, but the more people are not exposed and people come out but they don't name them, then it's still allowing this whole thing to carry on, because people
obviously, are we finding that it's the same people are the ones who are violating women in this way? Are the same names cropping up over and over again? Not really,
because another thing is the fact that besides it also starts in studios, and studios are from what we normally call a bedroom studio to a proper studio. So it's happening in different environments, and because the nature of recordings are kind of private, so it happens in a private environment where it's not in a public situation. So it becomes so it becomes very difficult for to pick it up. But one of the cases that was reported to me recently was a young producer, a male producer who was working with a female artist, and the whole thing was business related. But all of a sudden, the guy was now, because the lady was in his space, was now finding that as an opportunity for him to make advances, you know. And what I said to that lady was to say, look, that's not how the business works. If this person doesn't respect the fact that you are there to work with him in a business, and move away, stop.
You don't have to do it. To be a singer. So what do they do, Vusi? Where do these women go? I mean, you've been watching the Timothy Omotoso trial. You saw what's being done to the likes of Cheryl Zondi, who's on the stand. These women, where do they go? You say go to a police station. What kind of treatment will they get there? What's their first stop for you?
The first stop is there's an organization, a women's organization in the music, in the entertainment industry called Sisterhood.
Okay.
That's the first stop, because it's not only about music, it's everyone in the arts, actors and actresses and all. So that's for me. I would first advise that. Their offices are at downtown music hub
Okay. So
in
the sisterhood.
Joburg, yeah, sisterhood.
Okay.
And yeah,
And they will definitely
but
look
it's
into
also
these.
about time that this stops.
Yes.
And we appealing to people that they must come forward, because if you just go to a newspaper and you don't name, then it
Very
becomes
little can
like
come of it.
you know, it becomes almost a questionable story, whether are you trying to promote yourself or not.
Or just get some publicity.
Exactly, and
Well,
so
thanks.
it never gets sorted.
Thanks very much, Vusi, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
taking up the cause and also speaking out and showing these women or giving them some direction. Entertainment business specialist Vusi Leo joining us here on Morning News today.